Bixby. I'm a bartender at Draymond Grain and Jack Rose in Washington, D.C.
My name is Glendon Hartley. I am a DC bartender.
My name is Matt Pivek. I'm a bartender, bar manager here at Cava in Arlington, Virginia.
My name is Chad Spangler. I'm a bartender and beverage consultant for Provision Number 14.
Is this freedom, baby?
Worked in restaurants for a long time when I was younger. Bar backed, bussed for a long time. But actually working behind a bar, I'd say I've been working behind a bar for about 6 years, I think. Started out as soon as I turned 21, as soon as I was able to get behind a bar, I got behind one.
So I've been in the service industry, I guess since I was 15 years old. So about 11 years now, but seriously I've been in it more for about 7 years. I've taken things much more seriously. Before it was just like in high school, it was just a job.
I've been bartending for about 12 years. All over. DC, Maryland, and Miami.
11 plus years now, spread over like 7 different places for a while.
I miss you so much. I miss you so much.
It's a broad term. I think, especially now, because things are changing so much. You know, for me, it's any 2+ ingredient drink that's either combined or mixed together to make either an alcoholic or non-alcoholic drink.
Cocktail means the essential 4 ingredients. Some with a little extra flair, and some that are kind of over the top. Those 4 ingredients being water, sugar, bitters, and spirit. But you can do a lot with those 4 ingredients. So simpler is better.
So a cocktail to me is the bar's kind of culinary extension of making something on the spot.
Cocktail is an experience. It's a time to reflect, it's a time to think, it's a time to enjoy, it's a time to savor, it's time for friends. It's a lot of things. It can be a lot of things to a lot of different people, depending on the time.
You know, there's a lot that people don't see as far as bartending goes. I feel like back in the 70s and the 80s, you could have walked into a bar, thrown some ice in the well, and then just started bartending. Pouring, you know, spirits and soda and anything on the gun together, and then topping it with a lime wedge or lemon wedge. Now, most of that work, you can see it on the menu. You can see it on every cocktail menu you go to. I mean, everything's written out for you because we want you to share the experience with us. We spend hours and hours before every shift starts preparing things for you, just like a chef would prep his meal for the evening. So now, I think there's a lot more work that goes into it, but there's a lot more that we get out of it as well. There's a lot more that the guest gets out of it also. As our prep expands, so does the breadth of cocktail menu, and so do the items that they can choose from on the menu.
What's behind the scene on the bartending is the 6 hours of prep that we do ahead before of a shift to open up a bar like this. We come in at 1 o'clock and don't open up for service and don't start actually serving a drink until 7 o'clock.
It's like preparing for battle. You know, you want to make sure you have everything you need before you go into it, and you just know that in that moment you're not going to have the time to do it. So it's a lot of preparation. It's a lot of setting yourself up for success.
I mean, there's people here from the time the doors open in the morning, 9 a.m., 10 a.m., before the restaurant even opens until 5 o'clock p.m., working on stuff, not only preparing products, you know, making all the stuff behind the scenes as far as like prep is concerned, but also organizing things, putting booze away, ordering booze, making sure that we have everything on time.
I think it's also, you know, we become psychologists and matchmakers and all these other things on top of being a bartender. It's funny how good a relationship you can have with your clientele.
There's so much more behind it than just walking back, knowing a drink recipe, and pouring it. There's There's understanding why those parts are together, why those parts should be together, and in the proper proportions that they should be. There's a lot more. There's guest experience. There's being able to read the person sitting across from you at the bar. Have they had a terrible day? Do they just get a divorce? DC, there's lobbyists, there's politicians. Like what could have happened in their lives today? And it's reading that. It's figuring out how to make their night or their experience the best.
If you are going to act like a true professional, so it's not just about making the drinks, it's about knowing every single piece of what you're serving, not just coming from you personally, but what's coming from the rest of your restaurant. On top of that, you need to exude a level of service that is probably your main concern. It's like making drinks is one thing, you can make the best drink in the world, but if you can't be polite and honest and friendly and make people feel warm about coming to your location, then you're really not doing your job.
I just wanna be, I just wanna look at me, I just can't believe.
I would love to be in this industry in the future. I love this industry. There's nothing like it. I mean, the ability to meet people, the ability to change somebody's night, to change the way they look at something, the way they think about something, to teach somebody about something that I'm personally really passionate about. If it's not behind the bar, it would hopefully be behind the ownership of a bar, behind a brand, behind a product that I trust and believe in and enjoy. I can't see an industry I'd like to be in more than the beverage industry and the restaurant and hospitality industry.
I definitely see myself in the industry 10 years from now. I'm not leaving anytime soon. I think my involvement in the industry may vary quite significantly 10 years from now. Hopefully I'll own at least one, if not a few places, and be taking more of a overseer sense and out of the day-to-day operations like I am now, so deeply involved in. Not that I don't like it, but when I'm getting closer to 40, I don't think I'll have this much energy. So
I see myself owning a bar or a few bars. So I mean now I started out in this industry as a fashion student and then ended up kind of just falling into the industry entirely. So this is kind of my end game. This is my goal, and just to gain as much knowledge as I can is kind of my end goal for this.
End game, I guess I would love to open my own place, or I know I'm going to be involved in the industry somehow, some way. Distilling or brewing, something of my own would be a cool way to kind of ease myself out of that super high stress situation of being behind the bar, but still being involved. I think opening my own place right now is my kind of 10-year plan.
Like electricity, jumpstart my heart with your love. There's an energy when you hold me, when you touch me. It's so powerful, I can feel it. When you hold me, when you touch me, it's so powerful. There's an energy when you hold me, when you touch me. It's so powerful, I can feel it. When you hold me, when you touch me, it's so powerful.
I couldn't leave if I wanted to, 'cause something keeps pulling me back.